Hello everyone. Today we will talk about the rest of the case particles, 격조사. Last time we talked about subjective particles, objective particles, and complement particles. Remember? Today let's talk about four types of particles, the last particles, adverbial and predicative, adnominal, and vocative particles or markers. We have a little bit more to look at today, so I'm going to speed up more than last time. Let's start the class. Let's go. Okay. The first particles is named 부사격 조사, adverbial particles or adverbial markers. There are a lot of things to look into these adverbial particles, 부사격 조사. It's the same as having the function of making a word with these particles become an adverbial word, 부사어, of the sentence. A lot of C means that there are various forms of adverbial particles. So let's read the following sentence aloud together. Everyone listen to my pronunciation and follow me. Let's start. 장미는 철이한테 선물을 주었다. 장미는 철이에게 선물을 주었다. 장미는 철이한테서 선물을 받았다. 장미는 철이에게서 선물을 받았다. 장미는 철이로부터 선물을 받았다. 손녀가 할아버지께 선물을 드렸다. 손녀는 할아버지께 선물을 받았다. 손녀는 할아버지께로부터 선물을 받았다. 영지는 꽃에 물을 주었다. 영지는 꽃에다가 물을 주었다. 사람은 책에서 지혜를 얻는다. 사람은 책으로부터 지혜를 얻는다. 그는 아버지로서 올바르게 살려고 한다. 그녀는 그 강아지를 가족으로 받아들였다. 그는 고양이와 함께 살고 있다. 첫째와 둘째가 성격이 너무 다르다. 첫째랑 둘째가 성격이 너무 다르다. 첫째하고 둘째가 성격이 너무 다르다. And then 아기가 아빠에게 안겼다. 백화는 러시아에서 왔다. 거북선은 조선시대에 만들어졌다. 오늘 밤부터 비가 온다고 합니다. 오늘 밤에 비가 온다고 합니다. 상희는 지금 러시아에 가 있다. 소냐는 점심에 한국 식당에서 밥을 먹었다. 상희는 의자에 앉아서 책을 본다. 러시아에서 기다리던 소식이 왔다. 러시아에서부터 기다리던 소식이 왔다. 그녀는 드디어 백두산 정상에 도달했다. Let's see in detail. First, there is the adverbial particles used to indicate give and receive. 줌, 받음, 주고, 받음. Here includes not only giving and receiving something, but also giving and receiving an abstract influence. Okay, also influence. For plus animate nouns in Korean, 유정 명사, that is to give to a person or an animal, 에게, 한테, 철이한테, 철이에게 is used. And for receiving, 뭐뭐에게서, 뭐뭐한테서, 뭐뭐로부터 is used. In case of 뭐뭐에게, 뭐뭐한테, it is possible to understand the meaning of a sentence even if 서, 한테서, 에게서 is omitted sometimes because 에게서, 한테서 is used because it is enough to know who the giver and the receiver are through the context. Korean mainly use 에게, 한테 in generally spoken in language. In Korean, 구어체 또는 인말. Okay. 뭐뭐로부터, 철이로부터. It's rarely used in spoken language and is used written language. In Korean, 문어체 또는 글말. When the object of 주고받음 has the meaning of honorific, such as 할머니, 할아버지, 선생님, 선배님, 회장님, 사장님, 깨, 뭐뭐깨 is used. And as a verb, 들이다, 뭐뭐깨, 무엇을 들이다, with the meaning of honorific expression is used. And for receiving, 뭐뭐깨로부터 is used. Like this. 손녀가 할아버지께 선물을 드렸다. The third sentence. When the object of exchange is an inanimate noun, 무정명사 that is thing or place to give is used for 에 또는 에다가, 꽃에다가. And to receive from 에서 뭐뭐로부터, 책에서 책으로부터 is used. 영지는 꽃에다가 물을 주었다. And then 사람은 책으로부터 지혜를 얻는다. 책에서 지혜를 얻는다. It's the same meaning. And second, there is an adverbial particle used to indicate status and qualification. For example, there is 뭐뭐로서 is added after a noun that function as a predicate for the subject in the sentence. In other words, 아버지로서, 딸로서. Sorry, I missed the colored in yellow. You can see in the fourth line, 그는 아버지로서 올바르게 살려고 한다. Okay? 아버지로서, 딸로서 means 아버지이다. 그는 아버지이다. 그는 딸이다. In sentence, 그는 아버지로서 올바르게 살려고 한다. On the other hand, 뭐뭐으로 is attached after a noun that functions as a predicate of an object in sentence. In other words, 가족으로. The next sentence, 그녀는 그 강아지를 가족으로 받아들였다. It means 그는 가족이다. 강아지는 가족이다. In sentence, 그녀는 그 강아지를 가족으로 받아들였다. Okay. And third, it's adverbial particles used to indicate together, and to be an opponent, 함께함 또는 상대가 됨. For example, they are 와, 과, 뭐뭐와, 뭐뭐가, 뭐뭐과, 뭐뭐랑, 뭐뭐이랑, 뭐뭐하고, 뭐뭐와 is used after a word whose antecedent ends with the vowel and 이 뭐뭐과 with vowel is used after a word whose antecedent word ends with a consonant. 뭐뭐랑, 뭐뭐이랑, 뭐뭐하고 is mainly used in spoken language. Okay. The sentence, 그는 고양이와 함께 살고 있다. In other words, in 첫째랑 첫째하고 첫째와 둘째가 성격이 너무 다르다. 뭐뭐와 뭐뭐랑 뭐뭐하고 is symmetric relationship or object of comparison. Okay. And the next first, it is an adverbial mark used to indicate approaching and far away. Inanimate nouns, 유정명사 that is 뭐뭐에게, 뭐뭐한테 is used to express approaching to a person or animal, and 뭐뭐에게서, 뭐뭐한테서 are used to indicate far away. 아기가 아빠에게 안겼다. And then in an inanimate noun, 무정명사 that is 뭐뭐에 is used to express approaching to thing or place, and 에서, 뭐뭐에서 is used to indicate a way. 백화는 러시아에서 왔다. And then fifth, it is an adverbial mark used to indicate time or order. Usually the particle 뭐뭐에 뭐뭐에 is used. Like this. 거북선은 조선시대에 만들어졌다. 조선시대에 만들어졌다. In particular, 뭐뭐에, 뭐뭐로부터 is used to indicate the start time or time of change. 오늘 밤부터 오늘 밤에 비가 온다고 합니다. Okay. And the sixth, it is an adverbial particle used to indicate the position of extents. Position of extents. 뭐뭐에 is used to indicate the position or point where people, animals, things, and so on. Such as be, exist, lie, live, not exist, live, stay, remain, hide, in Korean 있다, 계시다, 놓여있다, 살아있다, 없다, 살다, 머무르다, 남다, 숨다. Like this. It is used to verb indicating 상희는 지금 러시아에 가 있다. 상희는 지금 러시아에 가 있다. Okay. And then seventh. It is an adverbial particle used to indicate the place where the action is taking place. The place where the action is taking place. What it means, 뭐뭐에서 is mainly used. 소냐는 점심에 한국 식당에서 밥을 먹었다. 한국 식당에서 밥을 먹었다. Taking place. And eighth, it is an adverbial mark used to indicate some specific point, place. Point, the place. 상희는 의자에 앉아서 책을 본다. And ninth, it is an adverbial particle used to indicate the starting point. Like this. 러시아에서부터 기다리던 소식이 왔다. And 뭐뭐에서 is used to indicate reach point. For example, 그녀는 드디어 백두산 정상에 도달했다. Okay, 정상에 도달했다. Reach point. Okay, let's move on the next page and continue to look at the example sentence about another adverbial particles. 부사격 조사. First, let's read aloud together in Korean. 나타샤는 작년에 서울로 이사했다. 그는 나무로 의자를 만들었다. 수업은 3시부터 시작됩니다. 9시까지 기차역에 도착해야 합니다. 이태원부터 종로까지 시간이 얼마나 걸리죠? 선생님의 도움으로 무사히 졸업할 수 있었습니다. 폭죽 소리에 모두 놀랐다. 애벌레가 흰 나비로 변했다. 그는 사기꾼으로 밝혀졌다. 이 바나나는 한 개에 얼마입니까? 이 비타민은 한 번에 2개씩 먹어야 한다. 나래는 유지보다 키가 크다. 망고가 수박만큼 크다. 그 연못은 호수같이 크다. 그녀가 가수같이 멋있게 노래를 불렀다. Let's see in detail. Tenth, there is an adverbial particle used to indicate direction and intention point. Direction or intention point. Here, the main particle 뭐뭐로, 뭐뭐으로 is used. 서울로, 인천으로, 부산으로, 제주도로. It has the meaning of to word onto a cross. 무엇을 목적지로 하여, 무엇을 향하여, 뭐뭐 쪽으로. 나타샤는 작년에 서울로 이사했다. And 11th, there is an adverbial particle used to indicate material, tool, and method. Okay, there is an particles 뭐뭐로, 뭐뭐으로. 그는 나무로 의자를 만들었다. 나무로, 배추로 김치를 만들다. And 12th, there is an adverbial particle used to indicate range or scope. When indicating a certain starting spatial range, 뭐뭐에서 뭐뭐부터, 뭐뭐에서부터 is used for the start point, start time of the range. And 뭐뭐까지 is used for the end point or final point. And time, 수업은 3시부터 시작됩니다. 9시까지 기차역에 도착해야 됩니다. And when expressing a certain period, constant spatial accent. 뭐뭐에서, 뭐뭐부터, 뭐뭐에서부터, 뭐뭐까지 is used, and 까지 refers to end time or end point of change, indicates. 이태원부터 종로까지 시간이 얼마나 걸리죠? Okay. Let's move on to the next sentence. 선생님의 도움으로 무사히 졸업할 수 있었습니다. 13th, there is an adverbial particle used to indicate reason or cause. Reason or cause. To indicate the reason or cause of a certain status or behavior, 뭐뭐로, 도움으로, 선생님의 도움으로 are used. They are usually attached to the end of reason, cause, or ground, base, and have the meaning of because of, owing to, on account of, due to. So the first example is 선생님의 도움으로 무사히 졸업할 수 있었습니다. And the second example is 폭죽 소리에 모두 놀랐다. And 14th, there is an adverb or markers used to indicate change or transformation. Change or transformation. 뭐뭐로, 뭐뭐으로 is used to change one thing or into another. One thing into another. Or to indicate a change in perception of a person and thing, and they are attached to the object or person made of change to give the meaning of became, get to be. 무엇무엇이 되게, 무엇무엇이 되게끔. Have it 뭐뭐로, 나비로. in 애벌레가 흰나비로 변했다. Okay. And 그는 사기꾼으로 밝혀졌다. 뭐뭐로, 뭐뭐으로. And then 15th, there is an adverbial particle used to indicate an unit or measure. We can say 뭐뭐에, 뭐뭐에. The unit of price or weight, number, order, etc. And has the meaning of a price as a value, as a period, in order, 뭐뭐를 값으로, 무엇을 주기로, 무엇 순서로. We can say in a sentence, 이 바나나는 한 개에 얼마입니까? 이 비타민은 한 번에 2개씩 먹어야 한다. And then 16th, there is an adverb or marker used to express comparison. Comparison. It is used to show that there is a difference. Difference, mainly the particle 뭐뭐보다 is used. 뭐뭐와 뭐뭐만큼 is used to express equal to each other. The first example is 나래는 유지보다 키가 크다. 나래는 유지보다 키가 크다. And the second example is 망고가 수박만큼 크다. 망고가 수박만큼 크다. And the last, 17th, it is an adverbial particle used to express a metaphor, to make figure of speech. It is used to express a certain object by comparing it to an object similar to it. And there is a particle like 뭐뭐처럼, 뭐뭐같이, like this. 그 연못은 호수처럼, 호수같이 크다. And then 그녀가 가수처럼, 가수같이 멋있게 노래를 불렀다. Like the first example sentence. It is mainly used for literary expressions, and it is also called the simile among metaphors. Such as it was found that the adverbial particles were the most diverse among the case particles. The best way is to learn and distinguish grammar through example sentences and read more sentences, various expressions. It's the best way. Practice finding adverbial particle sentence through various Korean sentence expressions. Okay? You will get to this distinction soon. There are so many different kind of particles in Korean language, right? So far, we've looked at essential elements in sentence. Now, let's take a look at the remaining three particles. What three particles? Predicative particles, 서술격 조사, and adnominal particles, 관형격 조사, and then the vocative particles, 호격 조사. Let's start. Next, 서술격 조사, predicative particles, predicative markers. It is as simple as complement particles. It is only one, 이다, 이다. That's it. Let's read an example together first. 나는 학생이다, 대학생이다. 이것은 낡은 시계이다. 이것은 낡은 시계이다. 이곳은 서울 역사에 관한 박물관입니다. 이곳은 서울 역사에 관한 박물관입니다. The expression 대학생이다, 시계이다, 박물관입니다 function as the predicate in the sentence. At this time, 대학생이다 is a combination. That is the noun or substantive in Korean, 채연, 채연. 대학생 and the predicative marker, 이다, 이다. In this way, when a noun, 채연, is used as a predicate, 이다, which is combined, is predicative particles. Okay? It's not difficult. Next, let's look at the example of adnominal particles. 관형격 조사. 관형격 조사, it's only one. 의, 의, 의. Adnominal marker has a function of similar to the English apostrophe plus s, or of, on, for, to, by, at, in. Also, it has the function of making a word with the adnominal particle into a determiner or adnominal words in sentence. In other words, since the preceding word has the function of modification, I mean, in grammar, to attach the adnominal phrase or adverb to a substantive or predicate in order to modify the meaning, qualify the meaning. The following words, they are also called a genitive marker. Genitive marker. In Korean, 속격조사, 속격조사. As I mentioned, the adnominal marker of 의 has only one form, but it has a variety of semantic functions. So, be especially careful when using it. There are a total of 8 meanings. 8 meanings. Let's see. At first, it has the meaning of having, 뭐뭐가 가지고 있는, 뭐뭐가 가지고 있는. For example, 민주의 책이 강의실에 있다. The first sentence, 민주 in front of 의 is the owner, and the 책 following it is the object of possession, right? So I wrote number 1, the right side next to the sentence. Can you see the number 1? And second, it has the meaning of belonging to, 뭐뭐에 속해 있는. The second example sentence, 송이는 한국소설가협회의 회원이다. 한국소설가협회, in front of 의 is the name of the organization or group to which someone belongs. And 회원, that follows is the object of its membership, right? And third, it has the meaning of written by. written by, 무엇이 쓴, 누가 쓴. For example, 그것은 김소월의 시이다. 그것은 김소월의 시이다. 김소월 in front of 의 is the poet, right? That is the name of poet, and the she that follows refers to the work, what he wrote, the artwork. Fourth, it has the meaning of about or in regard to. About or in regard to. 뭐뭐에 대한, 뭐뭐에 관한, 대한, 관한. For example, 그는 한국학의 권위자이다. 한국학의 권위자이다. 한국학, Korean studies. Before 의 is object and 권위자 following is contents of the object. It has the meaning of the fifth, then, 뭐뭐보다. The next sentence, 그의 키는 내 키의 2배 정도다. 그의 키는 내 키의 2배 정도다. Key in front of 의 is object and the subject 그의 키 in front is comparative and 2배. It means the difference between the two. Six, it has the meaning of for. 무엇을 위한. In the example sentence, 성공의 길은 쉽지 않다. 성공의 길은 쉽지 않다. 성공 in front of 의 is purpose. And 길 after it indicates process to achieve the purpose or aim. 성공의 길. And seventh, it has the meaning of produced from or made in. Produced from or made it. 뭐뭐에서 생산된, 어디에서 만들어진. For example, 가평의 잣은 맛이 가장 좋다. 가평의 잣은 맛이 가장 좋다. 가평, before 의 is place or place of origin, right? And 잣 after it indicates product. If you don't know what the 잣 means, search from internet right now what the 잣 means. Among the Korean alcohol 막걸리, there is also 막걸리 made with 잣. 가평 잣 is principal products of 가평. And then eighth, it has the meaning of become or get to be. 무엇이 되는, 무엇가 되는. The example sentence, 올해 문제의 작품이 나왔다. 올해 문제의 작품이 나왔다. The 문제 in front of 의 indicates the contents. And the 작품 after the 문제 indicates the object. Okay. As such, the nominal particle 의, 무엇의 has various meaning, right? Therefore, it has sometimes difficult to understand the exact meaning at first glance just by looking at a sentence. For example, the expression, the last sentence, 친구의 사진. We could not know whether it is a photo which your friend has. A photo taken by your friend or a photo which your friend took. So you have to look at the meaning from the context before and after this to see what it means. You have to comprehend from the context. Finally, let's take a look at the vocative particles. 혹격조사. Let's move on the next page. 혹격조사. Vocative particles or vocative markers. Let's take a look at the last case particles. 혹격조사. Let's read the example below together first. 지민아, 잘 있었어? 지민아, 잘 있었어? 지우야, 같이 도서관에 가자. 지우야, 같이 도서관에 가자. 사랑하는 님이여, 나를 떠나지 말아줘. 사랑하는 님이여, 나를 떠나지 말아줘. An vocative particle is a particle that makes someone or something to be called some object. It is also called 부른말 in Korean, 부른말. In Chinese character, 호, 혹격, 호 means call or name. This expression is mainly used for people who are younger than myself or of lower social status than me, and not used for people who are older or of a higher status than myself. For example, there is 야, 누구누구야, 무엇무엇하, 무엇이여, 이시여. 이여, 이시여 is rarely used in general conversation. Rarely used. But used in prayers, funeral, oration, poems, or novels, artwork, etc. 무엇 누구아 is written after a word ending in a consonant, and 야, 누구야 is used after a word ending in a vowel. It's all vocative particles. 혹격조사. We finished. Okay. Today, following the last time, we talk about the rest of the case particles. 격조사. You have to remember in also Korean, 격조사. Let's read all the case particles in Korean. 7. 주격조사, 목적격조사, 복격조사, 부사격조사, 서술격조사, 관형격조사, and then 혹격조사. In the next time, 3 and 4 chapters, we will talk about sentence grammar theory. And see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Bye.